Second Life, my Matters podcast. Name myself.
So yeah, recapping the past week. Sounds like it's been just exhausting for me, really, more than anything, just exhausting. But for you, a little bit rougher.
Yeah.
Let's powering through.
Psychologically and physically straining. Like you were moving, had you live in.
Yeah. I skipped leg day for that one.
Yeah, and back day too.
Yeah, yeah. 3 flights of stairs. They did it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I got a tree fall on my property. Yeah, I got Mother's Nature therapies all over me. Poison ivy. The gifts that keeps on giving. Gave it to my wife too.
Oof. Yep, that's bad.
I know, right? Sorry, wife. For her birthday too, she had to get a shot for poison ivy till death do us apart. Dude, it's been a weird week, man.
Yeah, that sounds like it. Thankfully, yeah, mine is. Although tiring has not been nearly on that level, so thankful for that.
How's the commute from your new place?
It's like 5 minutes more. It's 30 minutes instead of like 25-ish. Feels like a lot longer for some reason, but
Do you take footy business?
I take no. I kind of take right now I could take 40 business, but I've been just going. There's a back roadway that I've been just going, and honestly the scenery is nice, and it's like maybe 2 minutes slower. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Less assholes you have to deal with.
exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot less accidents on these roads than there is on either, like, yeah, Business 40 or.
Yeah, you want to avoid those as much as possible.
Yep. I've been thinking it'd be nice to take the motorcycle to work, but
What's that?
I've been thinking it'd be nice to take the motorcycle to work now. Because
Yeah.
before I was just all on highways the whole way, so it was, I mean, not that fun. And you're in work traffic with grumpy people. That's
Yeah.
not my favorite riding stuff, but now it's.
Yeah, especially like less amount of drivers that you have to go through. Yeah, less likely you get an accident. Yeah, man. Well, this week we're trying to talk about this weekend's fight. Try to break down as much as we can.
Lots to talk about, actually.
Yes.
A very good card. Unfortunately, I missed it.
Yeah, we have some matches that were good. There was a lot of grappling going on in these matches, and I also see some matches to be looking forward to because in this card there was a lot of lighter weights that were fighting. So there's like a lot of matches out of that card too. We could talk about like the Chase Hooper match. He like in that match he was like he showed his grappling against Jim Miller. He like man he went for that trunk position a lot. Was it like a vaporizer that he was going for at one point?
Yeah, he gave a shout out to. I watched him talk about the move. It was basically a vaporizer, but he had a hold of the toes, so he was also turning the knee sideways. Um, just trying to do that for Dean Lister. Dean Lister apparently is where he learned that from. Not personally, but just watching him, I think. But yeah, it was looked pretty technical. I didn't see the whole match, but was it? How did it go? Was it just grappling the whole time?
Yeah, it was a unanimous decision. Also, another thing that was crazy was he'll get the body lock and like not like but double unders. He'll go to the back, but instead of trying to pull him down, he would jump on the back. He'll get a body triangle. But you know how you get like a body triangle, one leg in, but in between the legs. So he's hooking that one leg on the opposite leg, and he had a body triangle with the other leg. So the left leg was across the torso, right leg was between the legs and behind that left knee. So he was like standing and making Jim Miller carry him. So when he was going to the ground, just wear him down.
Yeah. That is a brutal position. That is exhausting, no doubt.
Yeah, Damian Maya was the master of that. He would just like make you carry him in the body triangle.
No, yeah. I really would like to go back and watch that one. So you said he went for truck the whole time?
He was going out of position, but a lot of us like back attacks that he's going for. It seems like Jim Miller was grabbing his hand to prevent like finishing, like because when he had that vaporizer position, he only had one hand. The other one, that's why he was torquing the toes to the outside for the knee because he didn't have the other hand to finish that vaporizer.
Okay.
Trying to go for a twister, he almost got it, but Miller was able to get his back to the mat. They was able to get there for the twister.
Yeah. Did Miller have any answers at all in that match?
No, he was trying to
Really?
survive. That's how crazy good. I was surprised how good Chase grappling was during the match.
That's very impressive to do.
The only time that he got was a guillotine almost, but he was his head popped out. Chase Hooper's head popped out because Miller has a nasty guillotine, but he was too low.
Yeah, couldn't get that angle.
Yeah, that's why he gloves on too. Hard to keep a good grip.
Did they go to the cage and then they take down from there?
Yeah, we'll go for the cage, but he was like he wasn't really like back to the to the cage. He was like sideways, so he like just climb up to the back. To bring him down, he just climb on the back and
Okay.
bring him down that way. Yeah, but man,
Unfortunately,
he was good.
Jim Miller's been having a rough time of it though.
Yeah,
Has he? He hasn't won for a minute, has he? I feel like every fight that I've watched recently of him is
did he get murked by Bobby Green,
yeah.
UFC
Yeah.
300?
Oh no, I'm wrong. So oh wow. Okay, so 2024, he beat Damon Jackson, lost to King Green, uh then beat Gabriel Benitez.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, okay. He's doing better than I thought he was.
Yeah.
I
How
guess
many
I just
matches?
remember Green just destroying him and
Yeah.
thinking,
How many matches does he have? It's like
he
16 matches.
see 38, 18, and 1. So 48, that's 56, 57. Well, yeah, that'd be 57. Yeah,
57 matches. That's a lot of matches.
that's a real veteran right there.
I think he's been in the UFC since 2009. I think there's a lot of matches. And it's also high level.
Right, yeah. Huh, that's interesting. Bobby Green doesn't have many less.
Oh yeah, he's been for a while. He's been fighting. I think around the same time as Masvidal, Bobby Green. He used to fight like on the ground, something like that. Like I
Oh,
can't remember what promotion it was. But yeah, that's another one that has been for a while. By the way, Jim Miller, only fighter to fight UFC 100, 200, and 300.
I remember that.
That's how long he's been. I think he got like Takanori Gomi or something like that in UFC 100.
I don't, not super familiar with that one.
I think he's in Pride.
Yeah.
When Pride was Pride, not the other Pride. I think it was UFC 200. I mean 100. But you know, Chase, that's 155. Who does he have? Who do you think he will be going against? Because what is the ranking now?
That is a good question.
Because who we have? Because Jim Miller's not even ranked at 155. I believe Benoit Saint-Denis is down 13. He's like a crazy fighter. He's a fight coming out thing.
Who's that?
Benoit Saint-Denis. I think he's fighting
Okay,
Canada, the Canada card.
interesting. So I don't see Chase in the top 15.
No, he's not. That's what I'm
Huh.
saying. Who can he go in the top 15?
Mm,
That doesn't have a match.
no, no, really, I don't see that going well.
No, he have Mokano number 10, Rafael Faziev 11, Benil Dariush 9, Patty Pimblett, Dan Hooker, Justin Port.
Yeah, that's a hard division.
Yeah. And then you have also Ili Topuria going up to 155 as well.
Yeah,
I don't see who he go against to get into break into the top 15.
yeah, I can't picture that. How do you think you do against like Chandler? Think you get dominated?
Chandler, I think Chase might beat him because remember how Chandler did against Oliveira in the grappling?
Right. Yeah.
He has a flashy like a heavy striking Michael Chandler. He's a good scrambler, but when it comes to like jiu-jitsu scrambling, it's different. He gets himself in bad positions just to make up, like just like go for broke. But you have to know when to pull that because otherwise you just make yourself like for example, whenever Oliveira had his back, you just jump back and land on top of him like dude, you're on your back now.
Yeah,
He has your back.
he's got you secure now.
Yeah, literally you pull the side of instead of being a parachute, you actually pull the zip tie to make it even tighter. That's what you did. Like, why? It's not coming back from here.
Right? Oh man. Yeah, those. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Chase might be able to get that one.
But I think Chandler might be out for a while because they had a cut on his face. He he might be out for a while, but Fasif he's a heavy striker as well. He went toe to toe with Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje beat that shit out of him twice, I think.
Well, yeah.
Piece him up.
I remember that.
He's the
Wasn't
guy
that
that
Gaethje's last
Justin
fight or
Gaethje
something
took.
like that?
Was that
Wasn't that the Gaethje's last fight?
the first one? He Gaethje just took him down just so he could shut everybody up about him being a wrestler.
This last one, Gaethje did some weird stuff to
What was he doing?
not end up on bottom. Just like really awkward movements, but it worked. I mean, he just avoided. I'm trying to think. He basically did like a somersault, but it was really stiff and really awkward. But he didn't get bottom, so I mean, yeah,
Yeah, he is athletic, but he looks stiff, like Dan Henderson.
yeah, yeah. It is funny.
Like, even for his kicks, you have to be like flexible to throw kicks. He looks stiff with throw kicks, but he can like land them fast. Like, dude, like it's like a slingshot. Like that's how tight he feels.
That is true. Yeah, it's funny. That seems like a lot of the time when you see somebody who's stiff, it means they're not really that good or they're not, their athleticism is just not there. But then Gaethje beats that.
Yeah, because he's a knuckle like a knucklehead. Like he just trying to
Mhm.
go for it like all the time. He wants to be the highlight, just go for broke most
Yep.
of the time.
And he does a good job with it.
Oh yeah, that's why he gets like one of the most fight of the night or award.
Hmm.
Almost every fight is the fight of the night,
Right.
one way or another.
Yeah, one way or another is right.
Yeah, but he's like the one fight that was really technical was the Tony Ferguson fight. He was like instead of going for like the haymaker,
Right.
he had this left hook that was landing on Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson was for a straight, but he knew every time he threw the straight, the left hook was coming, and he just bracing for it every time. He
Hmm.
was getting just smacked with that left hook. And he was like really fast and technical.
Yeah. I do remember he was the first one to really break down Tony, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wasn't Tony after that.
Yeah. No, really, it truly was not.
No, I was surprised how fast he was, timing. Technically, he stayed from the outside because he's known for being a good striker. I mean, he has Trevor Whitman as his coach. Dustin Poirier, he fought him first time. He was beating Dustin Poirier. He got too excited because he was winning. He went and Dustin Poirier caught him and knocked him out.
Yep.
It was like, see what happened when you get too excited. So, but then when he went against Tony Ferguson, he was able to piece together, stay on the outside, pick his shots, lower leg kick, just beating Tony Ferguson because Tony Ferguson is a hard puzzle to figure out because he's unorthodox striking, stance, distance, elbows as well.
Yep. Yeah, I remember Tony would come out with the weirdest angles, but it really, yeah, Gaethje just had his number, had him really. It was really technical game, I think, from Gaethje, from what I remember. Just I remember that being mind blowing to me how he shut down Tony, which I didn't expect. I thought Gaethje was going to lose that match, but
Yeah, I thought he was going to get knocked out. I mean, at one point, remember, he Tony Ferguson was shaking his face like he was wringing sweat out of his face, but it was just blood.
yeah,
That's how much he was getting hit.
that match was next level.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was like I think it was the middle of 2020 when that happened. I think that's the first event with COVID that because that was the first one that they were going to shut down, but they did that one. Just Gaethje versus for some reason I want to say it was in Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, something like that.
Hmm.
Look it up. Boom. Yeah, I think it was one of those like fights that had like midnight 2020, 5 years ago almost.
Okay, yeah. Wow.
You see 249.
I wonder how many views that had. That must have had a lot. Because there weren't many places like doing anything at that time. So the views must
Yeah,
have been
most of the like
crazy.
events were closed.
Right. Plus that matchup, I mean, that have a lot of people excited. Plus nobody else doing anything. Like, yeah, that must have got some serious view.
Yeah, trying to see the chills because it was moved from April 24th 9th.
And that was in Florida?
Yeah, it was in Jacksonville, Florida. it took place. Payout. I don't know. I don't know where to look for the views.
Yeah.
Just the results. There had to be a lot of people because now, like, also like maybe baseball around the time in May. There's not many sports going on during that time of the year. But yeah, like nothing else was going around other than pre-recorded stuff. But yeah, Tejudo fought Dominic Cruz in that one.
Yeah, that was disappointing as well. Not
Yeah,
saying it was unexpected, but it was disappointing.
yeah, yeah. He what's his name? Peterson. No nonsense, Peterson. He's
Mhm.
freaking Dominic Cruz was saying that he smelled alcohol on the referee. That's why I say it was an early stoppage. He said that he was drunk. But meanwhile, like, dude, it was around COVID. How many hand sanitizers they used there?
Right? Yeah,
He might
true.
smell alcohol.
Rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, that's anything, like, dude. But yeah, man. But I want to see what that weight class is going to do with 155 coming up because there's a lot of people moving around. Because I mean, probably Michael Chandler's on the way out. We can talk about it later. Dustin Poirier almost out. Max Holloway is at 155. I don't know how long he'll be in there. 155. Then Topuria coming in. Charles Oliveira. He's over there, like top. He's in second rank, but I don't know how long he'll be in the organization because he's been there for a while too. So that's been
Without,
interesting.
yeah, I do feel like Oliveira's on the way out, though. I mean, yeah, no, I feel like it's got to be.
Yeah. Another one, like we want to talk about that fight is Jandiroba. No, Saturday. Her grappling was good. Like I think she got a crucifix at one point. She's known for her arm bars. She ragdoll Yan, and I think this is like her fifth fight, back to back wins. And like she's up there for a title, but she's in the same weight class of it was Samway Lee.
Okay.
So like I don't know when they'll have her fight Samway Lee because I don't know if she's injured.
Sangwei Lee's injured?
I don't know if she's injured because I don't know when was the last time she fought.
Mm.
She's 35 years old too. Remember that curse of 35 years old?
Yeah. Yeah.
She fought Tatiana Suarez, that's right. She fought Tatiana Suarez that she beat her in the decision in February.
Okay. In February. I mean, that's not too long ago. So
Yeah. The reason why I thought because I was thinking about the other one, the Yan fight, because Yan was the girl that Jandy Roy just fought and she lost to Sam Lee.
mm.
That was back in April of 2024. I forgot that she fought Tatiana Suarez
Okay.
in February. It's in Australia.
How do you picture that fight going? Sure, it'll happen.
Yeah, I think Jandiroba might take it to the ground because she's pretty good on the ground.
Mm.
Sam Willie, she's good grappler too. Like I said, but she pressed all up Carla Esparza. She got her like in a she was is a weird like it was a crucifix rear naked choke when she finished her.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is. Yeah, that
Um,
was. Yeah.
and she was punching Tatiana Suarez. Also, you had to close the distance too. She was punching Tatiana Suarez with elbows. Where you talk about when they come in towards you, punch you with elbows. That's how she was stopping the takedowns.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's interesting. Yeah, I kind of agree. Just from what she's been doing, it does seem like Jenny Robo will be probably try to take it to the ground. It makes sense. But
But she seems like she's a bigger fighter too. It's kind of like height wise.
oh, really?
Because same way she's not. She doesn't seem like she's that. Also, Jadiro is 5'3".
Okay.
Also, same way Lee's strong. Remember how she picked up Ngannou?
Yeah, I do. I just saw that video the other day.
Yeah. Actually, Sam Lee's taller than her. She's 5'4".
Okay. No,
I didn't know her nickname was the Magnum.
the Magnum.
Yeah, she's Magnum. Now I see what she picked up Ngannou like that. That's what she got the nickname from, Magnum.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, man. Like it'll be an interesting match. I mean, you cannot deny Jandiroba five what wins in a row.
Right. Yeah.
You have to give it the title shot.
Mm.
She beat Angela Hill. Who is she? Who is she beat? She beat Loopy. Remember Poopy Loopy? The girl she almost shit her pants in the UFC like a few fights ago.
Yeah.
She beat her. She beat the shit out of her. Mariana Rodriguez should be Amanda Lemos in the armbar. So I mean, she's due for a title shot, and she'd be decision Yan Xiaonan. So she has to have a title. Next one, and then another. You want to go another Brazilian in the same night? Gene Silva.
What's that?
Gene Silva, the guy that fought Bryce Mitchell.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, remember I told you about like Bryce Mitchell, his co-host. He didn't want to like record anymore. And like when I saw his fight, dude, his co-host actually his coach, his corner.
My
That's
God.
awkward. Well, oh, there's the other guy that's talking about to Mitchell about at the end of Hitler. It's awkward.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I'm curious what his thought process was. Did he not know what Bryce was going to be talking about on the cast, and then like came in, and then all of a sudden it's that, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, like this, I gotta get out of here."
Yeah,
Or
probably.
did he think that was actually going to go well, and like knew? Like
Now, probably
I'm really
he
curious.
probably like oh well, like he's a centric guy, just like see what he can come out of this. Talk about like dude, but you don't talk about in air and talk about something outrageous like dude, like real people die in this thing.
Yeah.
Do you know sometimes like you do like stuff like with people that you meet, like okay, let's see how it goes, and then like dude, like,
Valid. Yeah, that's true.
like, how do you talk yourself
Yeah,
out of stuff?
a good guy. Oh my God.
Like, dude, I know he was gonna say shit like that. Okay, he wants to play Russian roulette. Like, whoa, he pulls a gun out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what the fuck? Nobody leaves this room. Like, oh shit. And then he probably had to talk himself out of there because also you have to think about it. Eccentric as Bryce Mitchell is, that's a personality a lot of fighters have. If it wasn't for him, he's the first. I think he's the first fighter that asked to have fight shorts that were not like the stereotypical like Venom like color. He wants like
Really?
camo shorts. So like, because of him, Volkanovski had different like the green shorts that he's wearing.
Really?
Volkanovski the gray this weekend. Alex Pereira had the Brazilian one. Max Holloway had his Hawaiian shorts. They had like customized shorts for fighter because of Bryce Mitchell.
Hmm.
So possible. Also, it's a double-edged sword that he can swing this way, he can swing the other way. Like
Yeah.
man, when he swings the other way, dude, it's terrible.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to justify his opinion, but that's what usually some people's personalities are. I mean, he like who do you think has a well? I think one has a more outrageous personality than the other, but him or Mizumeshi lately.
Who has a what
As far as like
personality?
rants, like has like a more outrageous.
I try to think. I feel like he has the most like outrageous, like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Musumeci, I mean, he's got opinions, but like at least they're not like completely bogus. You know, as far as I've heard, anyway. He gets really mad about people making fun of guard pullers, stuff like that. But like, okay, there's at least like some logic there. But Bryce Mitchell talking about the sexy demon ladies who are trying to like do stuff to him in his dreams.
yeah.
That's crazy.
And gravity, flat Earth,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and Adolf Hitler being a nice guy.
yeah.
Like I'd like to go fishing with him. Like what the fuck?
Oh my
What is
God.
this guy?
Yeah,
Some people, Bryce Mitchell would be the perfect example of settling his goal.
settling his gold.
No, silent is goal.
Oh yeah, yeah. No
Because
lie.
dude, start talking like dude, just keep that one to yourself.
Hey man, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, but that one like for the fight itself, he looked Gene Silva. He looked pretty good. Like as a contender, he looked like explosive. He looked bigger than Mitchell in there. He says
Mhm.
he has a good gas. At one point he had a guillotine in there, and then he attempted to a ninja choke, and eventually he was able like in a later round. Well, I think it was the second round, if I'm not mistaken. With Bryce Mitchell, he was trying like he kept asking Bryce Mitchell like to touch glove, but Bryce Mitchell wouldn't do it. Like he was mad. Like okay, so like okay, let's roll. So the Gene Silva just turned it up. Also, Gene Silva comes from a good gym, MMA nerds. They have a lot of guys coming up out of that gym. Um, that are undefeated in the UFC. I think they're 18 and no, something like that. So they're like they're pretty good. And like Gene Silva just turned up the heat. And
Mhm.
Gaethje catch him in a ninja choke and choked out Bryce Mitchell in the second round.
That's cool. I saw the choke out. I saw Bryce lay in there. I didn't see the match, unfortunately. Were they trying for the striking, or was it just Silva going for grappling the entire time?
No, they were for striking, but he was
Yeah.
able like to get him like in a. Then for the guillotine, I can't remember. Bryce Mitchell was going for a takedown, something like that. But usually don't see a lot of people go for that ninja choke,
Right. No, you don't.
especially with gloves, because it's hard to finish.
Hmm.
At first, I thought it's like a high elbow guillotine, or like some people cup their hand whenever they get a guillotine. That's what I thought he was going for, but that's why he just locked in ninja choke. Like, oh shit! And then he just turned. And the thing about it, when he had it, he didn't pull it up. He squeezed it. So whenever he turned, that's how he cut the karate, turned everything off. Just like a really
Yeah.
good show. But
Just
those
bad. I feel like Silva kind of reminds me of Andrew Tate.
well, you say that.
I don't know, just like the face. I think obviously he's bald, but like I don't know, makes me think of Andrew Tate for some reason. Just looking at him, not like personality or anything, but
Yeah, he reminded me of. Do you remember Hannah Barrow? He used to be in the UFC. At one point, he was like the pound for pound, but he got beat by Dillashaw.
okay,
And they, well, this he was shafted though. Back in the day, he was one. I'll say he was 135.
okay, yeah,
Hannah Barrow. He was teammates with Jose Aldo,
okay,
but he had the same personality, just like wow.
yeah,
But he might be ranked. Think he'll be moving to the rankings. Gene Silva, but look who he has in front of him. Yeah, Dan Ige, Kevin Keeler. What's Gene Silva? Never mind, they move him. He's 11 now.
okay,
So, but look who he has in front of him: Josh Emmett, Aljamain Sterling, Brian Ortega,
yeah. Mm.
breaking the top 10.
I mean, I don't know. He like Brian Ortega might be a good matchup. I don't know.
Yeah, because he hasn't fought since October, right? No, September when he had UFC Noche. We fought against was no he fought Diego. Yeah, he fought Diego in September.
Okay, yep.
That'd be a good one. Another one like that was surprised. Oh, by the way, Gene Silva got Performance of the Night too award for the Ninja Choke finish.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah. Well, I know because Dana White was punishing Bryce Mitchell. I know which one it was. They gonna
Yeah,
choke
that's
out this
solid.
guy.
Yeah, thank
But
you for shutting him out, dropping that contract at ASAP.
yeah, sending a blank check. No, Nate. Yeah, man. Like he did. I was impressed how he did.
Mhm.
Like he was fast. He was explosive. He was beating him like most of the exchanges
Yep.
in that fight. Another guy that was really impressed was Dominic Reyes when he's fighting. He was like in a losing streak, but not. This is his third win on light heavyweight.
Saw that. I saw a post about that. His high school yearbook quote versus his record. It's pretty appropriate. Like he was on a pretty bad losing streak and now he's on a winning streak. So that's cool. That's cool to see.
Yeah, it was impressive. He got a first round knockout. It was like a step back straight when he caught the guy. Kind of remember how Jose Aldo? Do you keep bringing that up? Jose Aldo versus Conor McGregor. Looking like a step back. So the guy was leaping. He was like reaching, like overreaching. We're trying to go against Dominic Reyes, and he just got caught with a left straight. Boom, just slap him, put him to sleep. He's also like a pretty athletic guy too, Dominic Reyes, because he's like
Yeah.
multi-sport athlete when he was in high school and younger. So he has somebody like that. That's like, for example, Tony Ferguson, like baseball, like they throw heat. They used to throw in like really coordinated in their timing. Is whenever they have a timing for a certain sport, they like pick it up fast as far as skills. So it looked like he just like saw that opening while he was reaching and just drop him.
That's interesting. I didn't realize that. How about Dominic Reyes? So he round one, two. Wow. It was a
Yeah,
quick match.
yeah, he caught him like clean. It was a clean shot because he was stepping in. And he just ran right into the hand of Dominic Reyes. But also that weight class is murky too. One light heavyweight, mean they just have a new champion, Ankalaev. Perez, there you have G. Prochaska that he just lost. Jamal Hill is fighting country. I think Rakic might be the only guy that Dominic Reyes have in there. Carlos Ulberg in there.
Yeah, there's definitely. I don't know. That's, I guess, one of the beauties of the UFC. They get a lot of really, really good lineups.
Yeah. I didn't know. Also, the thing, another thing in the ranking, Jan Blankovic. I didn't know they have double shoulder surgery. He has shoulders went now. He's in his 40s.
Really? Yeah, in his 40s makes sense. It's one of those, yeah, really.
He lost against Ulberg, the decision. That's how Ulberg got up in the ranking.
Okay.
I think Rakic might be the next guy that Dominic Reyes might go against. Because Rakic, he's one of those guys that he's pretty good against some guys.
Yep. What's his game?
He's a striking guy.
Striking accuracy 50%. Takedown accuracy 24%. Takedowns landed 3. Takedowns attempted 21. That sounds a lot worse when you say it like that. He definitely goes for the head more than anything.
Yeah, he's a headhunter. But we'll see what they give Dominic Reyes because he back in the day used to be like a 3-5 streak. So you win like 3 fights, you're up there, you're for a title contention. But now that roster is bigger and also like a lot tougher, so there's not like you can get. For example, Jandy Roberts, she got 5 winning streaks, and still hasn't gotten a title shot yet. It depends who are these title contentions or like the title elimination matches that are going to come out. It also depends on the. We can talk about that later, but what contract with the new streaming? Who's doing it? Because right now ESPN is like 43 fights a year with the UFC. If you have that roster, you want to keep them active. You want to do that.
Right.
But if you don't have that many events, then a lot of fighters. You're not fighting. You're not getting paid. So you won't be able to get matches like that.
Yeah. Have they given it? Has the UFC given any more info on that? Like,
They're supposed to have a meeting yesterday, Tuesday, about it
okay.
because they asked Dana White about it on Saturday night. He's like, we have a meeting on Tuesday. We have to have got conversations about that. He said he's really pleased. He doesn't have anything bad to say about ESPN, whether they stay with them or not. But they haven't started talking about that yet. About whether they're going to go with somebody else or they're going to stay with ESPN. They'll start on Tuesday.
Yeah. In that case, it kind of sounds like maybe it'll be ESPN again. If he's saying stuff like that, I mean, yeah. Like, if you go with Netflix, that's a huge risk. Yeah, I don't know. There's not many feasible services, I think.
Yeah. Unless he wants to go with Amazon. Because Amazon is also, they haven't had any issue with one, have they? One championship?
I don't think so. I mean, so in my opinion, Amazon is good. I don't know. I wonder if UFC would want to do that with one being on there already.
Well, they did that with ESPN because ESPN used to have World Series of Fighting, or
True.
what is that now? What's that organization called now? No, it is not called PFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, PFL is with ESPN too.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they were at the beginning whenever the ESPN was with the UFC, they also had PFL at the same time.
Okay.
I
feel like one has got to be UFC's #1 competitor, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the one has a big Asian market.
Yes.
That's the one thing that UFC struggles with.
Yeah. I wonder why. Actually,
Lighter
it's a
weights.
valid point.
Remember, Dana White doesn't like lighter weights. He doesn't like 125. He at one point he almost got rid of the 125 weight class.
Interesting. I wonder if they just don't sell tickets, or he just doesn't get excited about those fights. I wonder what it is.
I think at the time he was a Demetrius Johnson issue. He like Demetrius Johnson was dominating, so if anybody like to feed him, usually for combat sport, the heavyweight is usually that gets the most attention because the baddest man in the world is usually the heavyweight.
Right.
But I think that was the issue. That's why he traded Demetrius Johnson for Ben Askren out of one championship.
Like, that was a mistake.
Yeah, and then the reason that Cejudo became cringe Cejudo was because of the same reason. Because he was going to get rid of the weight class if TJ Dillashaw beat Cejudo in that fight. And Cejudo beat TJ Dillashaw.
Mm.
And TJ Dillashaw popped for EPO.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
So that was another. So he kept the weight class of 125. Because, and when was the last time you hear like 125? Maybe like, the ones that I heard like a rivalry was the only one was Figueroa versus Moreno.
Yeah.
They had like a big rivalry in the weight class. But I don't know who else is like, selling tickets like that.
True. I'm going through these names and I don't recognize most of them.
At 125?
Yeah.
Yeah. That thing, Kai Kara France, I remember him. Of course, the champion Pantoja. Yeah, the other ones I struggle with.
Yeah.
Of course, Brandon Moreno is in there too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the funny thing. I feel like he's in my opinion, the best known.
Yeah. And he just beat Usyk. See, yeah. Usyk dropped to 9. That's crazy. He just fought Pantoja recently. For the title, he's 9.
Wow. Drop fast.
Yeah. So that's probably why they're not. I mean, that's what one championship does well because they're lighter weights, and then you have Muay Thai and also grappling there too. It makes it up. Well, also, oh my god, I forgot about that. Remember, Dana White is getting into boxing too. I wonder if that's gonna be
Ooh.
part of
Yeah.
the whoever they're gonna sign with.
I hope they're able to do it well.
Remember, he's doing the Saudi money for boxing.
Okay. Really? I didn't
Yeah,
remember that.
there's gonna be Saudi Arabian money, so it's gonna be a lot of money.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Still, I hope it doesn't ruin it.
Yeah.
Boxing is it's I don't know. It can be so slow. Can be really good, but it can be
So,
slow.
do you watch the Netflix of Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson?
Yeah. Tried
Do you
to,
see?
anyway.
What's that?
Tried to, anyway.
No, do you watch the girls? There was a girls fight, like a Irish girl versus like a Puerto Rican girl.
Mhm. I don't,
The Puerto Rican girl, she was going like 2 weight classes up to fight the girl from Ireland, and she was going forward, and she kept headbutting her most of the time. And she wasn't like striking nothing. The girl was from the outside, and they still gave the decision was a unanimous decision to the Irish girl. But meanwhile, she got a point deducted in one of the rounds. Like, how did you get a unanimous decision? Like completely, they also count the point that got deducted. That's what like boxing is so rigged. Anybody
yeah.
rooted for the girl that lost the decision, but like, how is that possible? Because she wasn't going. She wasn't going for. She the only time she was going for was headbutting the girl, and he was so transparent. Like, dude, like the other guy won. Then there was another one too. That title fight that they gave it to the champion, even though he lost the fight. Like boxing, it can be so rigged too.
Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Yeah, that's true. I'd forgotten about that part. I don't know. My biggest thing is I feel like when you watch boxing, especially after watching MMA, it's so slow. Like watching boxing alone is one thing, but when you compare it that closely to MMA, the pace is just leagues different. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it feels like you're like comparing like a rag race compared to like a different track race. For example, like comparing like a drag race of cars compared to MotoGP. Like have you heard like a Isle of Man racing in motorcycle?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's like they go around an island, time trial.
No, I hadn't. Okay.
That one's like it's one of the most dangerous. Oh boy, here we go. It's one of the most dangerous races in the world because you go around an island and it's time trial, and that's being This not for how deadly it is. Between 1907 and 2023, there have been 156 fatalities during the official practice or races, and 269 fatalities of riders.
Oh my gosh. Between 19
2023.
200,
That's total fatalities. That's what it says.
you're averaging more than 2 deaths a year.
But this number includes riders killed, includes the riders killed during the Manx Grand Prix and Club Duty race in the 40s and 50s. So from 1907 to 2023, it says 156 fatalities.
That's wild. Is there big prize money at the end?
I don't know. I don't know if is there a price for it?
Gotta be. I mean, that can't be this many people dying for clout, right?
Yeah, no, right? But you gotta see those, like, dude. Let me see if I can pull a video. But that race is crazy. Like, you like gets my heart rate going. I get my old man heart rate going watching the when they go in the motorcycle because they can just. For some reason, there was a guy that was going like one arm. They lost an arm.
Whoa. On a bike?
Yeah. This is a show right here. Do you see how he just comes on that turn?
Yeah,
It's crazy.
that is. Is that
And
the
they just
race?
like
So I
just go on the
recently
cliff.
saw one. I recently saw a video about motorcycle racing where all the medics they were riding bikes too. And they were basically riding the race, but in order to get people there in time, they had volunteer medics ride behind the racers, and so they're going through the whole course as well.
What if one of them go out?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's crazy how they go so fast, like the wheels just come off the ground. And when you
Yeah,
hit the ground, dude,
that's the thing. Those motorcycle races are. I mean, I thought I read somewhere they go like 400 miles an hour. I could be
there's a guy
totally
that
off, but
this is one right here. This is he's going 180 miles per hour. Oh my god! Look at this, back to back, dude. Look at
you
they
got to
come
be
off
a
the
different
air.
kind of crazy. Fastest motorcycle race by average speed is generally considered to be Isle of Man TT.
Yeah.
Average speed is 136 miles an hour. Average.
My god! You see how much this is that between the people that are standing
Yeah,
next to him
none.
in the road?
Oh my god, yeah. Well, I mean, really, it's similar with like rally racing. How you got people standing so close to the cars when they're flying by. Like, I've seen some videos of some bad wrecks where they go
Hmm.
right into the crowd.
Oh yeah, these people just go flying.
Yeah.
30 miles per hour average, dude. What do you pick up? Did they crash?
Yeah. I don't know if you have to worry about picking them up when they crash. They're just gone.
Just pick up whatever's in the road, move it out of the way so the next guy won't run over it. What's the price for that?
So it's like 38 miles. And let's see. The record time is 16 minutes for 38 miles.
Jeez. And that's not just straight either. You just go around island.
Right.
What's the price for it? Other than just team winning? Jeez. There's other ways to have fun. 25,000 pounds. This is a big winner, big race. 25,000 pounds?
25,000 pounds. That doesn't seem like that much.
No. It's a heavy price to pay.
Yeah.
25,000 pounds? No, thank you. No, thank you. Will you cruise your bike in see how fast you can make it? And will you cruise your bike? Will you cruise on your bike when you're not on that trial? See how you do?
Yeah, yeah, I should definitely enter that one. It is
I wonder
crazy
what
the different ball game though with motorcycles.
yeah. I wonder how what their map looks like.
That one.
Their map for the racetrack. Oh my god. This can be.
Okay, yeah.
Is that it? The map?
I'm getting mostly the one on the I thought it was the one on the left of your screen.
This one?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's a mountain bike. The mountain course. That's what it says. This is a TT course. Then this is cycling. No motorcycle. This that one probably. So this right here gets to the start. And just go. I mean, how many people have gone off right here? This cliff.
Yeah. I wonder how many times they get to like go around it. Because they have to have it memorized. There's no other way they do that.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't put signs out or anything like that. There's no way you could react fast enough for that. You have to
No,
memorize
130
it.
miles per hour.
Right.
Oh shit! I missed my turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Go.
What
Yeah.
nation is this in? Isle of Man. Where is that?
What's that?
What country is this in?
I want to say the UK. It's part of the UK. I'll admit. I might be wrong.
Okay,
No,
yep.
1,400 tickets to fly from here. And it's part of the UK. And the government of the UK. But no, thank you, man. But yeah, you want to compare like the different sports? Dude, that's the next level.
Yeah. Yeah. Curious how like interviews with those guys go. Like are those like they act normal or are they just like kind of crazy? They gotta be kind of crazy, I
Yeah,
would
you
think.
have to do something like that. How do
Yeah.
they get streaming rights? How do you stream the
For
sport? Dude,
real,
we're
yeah.
going like Sign up to show this sport.
This is
People
what
will
we do.
die. I think it isn't confused with Le Mans, the race, the one that's
Okay.
24-hour race. You hear that one? Well, I heard from remember that Ford GT versus Ford versus Ferrari. Then like 24-hour race, so they like race a car for 24 hours. See like who can win the race. It's called Le Mans, so like those test like how like performance wise the car is. Usually Porsche is the one that usually wins that race most of the time. I mean they're small,
Really? Yep.
their engines last forever.
Yeah, there. Yeah.
No many American cars they win that race.
What was
No many American cars win that race. Well, they have like different drivers throughout the day. They take turns.
Really?
Yeah, but it's just one car the whole
Yeah.
24-hour.
Yeah. How fast is this race? I mean, I didn't know it's 24 hours, but like, how fast are they moving? Are they actually like racing? Are they? How's
Honestly,
it
they
go?
are, but I don't think that you can go that fast because you're gonna blow out the engine 10 hours in.
True. Yeah.
Because how many engines do you get to run for um that long? 24 hours straight. At first I thought it was just one driver. Like, dude, there's no fucking way somebody will be able to do that.
I don't know. There's some crazy people out there. I bet some people would try it solo.
Yeah. Pissing out the window.
Yeah.
Average speed of 176 kilometers per hour.
Still not slow. I don't think.
Because you on a red line, you don't want to red your engine.
How many kilometers per hour?
176.
That's still 109 miles per hour.
Yeah. That's pretty fast.
Yeah, that's still moving.
Yeah, because how do you know? Like, think about it, if your steering wheel goes out, dude, you go 100 miles. You go. What kind of brakes you have to have too?
Yeah, I'm sure that there's some pretty interesting technology that goes into that.
Because you have to change the rotors every so many hours because they'll overheat.
Yeah. Do they do pit stops and everything?
They do pit stop because
Okay.
they do pit stop for drivers changing and fuel as well. Yeah, man.
What do you drop off your piss bottles?
What's that?
You drop off your piss bottles.
Yeah. Damn it, this motherfucker moved my seat. Damn it, fucking me out. Bring the other seat. But yeah, like those are all the kind of sports that yeah, it's like endurance. Like, dude, it's crazy. And these are all like for sports. As far as like I wonder who sponsored them. But also probably manufacturers as well. There was a movie that what's his name? Was it in Christian Bale and Matt Damon were in it. It's called I think it's Ford versus Ferrari or something like that. It was recently they came out like a few years ago. Yeah. But
I
Christian
don't
Bale
think I've
plays
seen
like
that.
a English guy that was like based on a true story. He was a racer.
Thought I saw. Okay, I think I've seen parts of this movie. I don't think I've seen the whole thing.
Yeah. That's how I got into that Le Mans race. But yeah, man. I think we'll go back to the car. We got sidetracked
A
with
little
races.
bit, just a little.
We got sidetracked with races and racers and races. Another like the was it the comedian? No, the comedian was Patty. But the Jair
Yep, that's
Rodriguez
Comey.
versus Patricio Pitbull. This is another one. That Jair Rodriguez, his striking was good. He said that he has struggled with his wrestling a lot. So he's working on but Patricio Pitbull didn't look like he was like he got like the big lights get to him. He got like a left hook
Mm.
on Jair Rodriguez at one point, but he wasn't able to do well. Yeah, Rodriguez was going for a heel hook at one point, but Patricio Pitbull he was blocking with the other leg. Not usually, dude, it's frowned upon for you to put both of your legs in the heel hook, but Jerry Rodriguez was going for it, but he didn't like know how to clear out, like go for like what you call a clover leaf. What's it called? He like to clear or try to clear the other leg out of the way. So Patricio Pitbull he just put weight on that leg, pivot, and you stood up right there. You just got out of there because there is no like comfortable in the grappling part. But Jerry Rodriguez, his timing looked good. He must have like distance, able to. He was like he did pretty good as far as like striking against somebody as dangerous as Pitbull. I think he's training in Illinois as well. He's training with Bilal Muhammad, Yolanda Pena, and them up there in Illinois. So he's changed his diet. He feels a lot better now. He's like using the UFC PI. for his like mental coach, all etc. All the stuff like fine tuning his, all putting all the things together in his game.
And it looked like it made a difference in this fight, like a big difference.
Yeah.
That's
Also,
cool.
he said another thing he brought up too. He used to fight in like high altitude, like Mexico, in places like that. But this time he was at sea level. It was in Miami. He was like, dude, I feel fine. I'm at sea level. I'm good.
I can breathe.
Yeah, like dude, I can do anything. So like also he asked for the winner. If Diego Lopez won, he wanted to go to because UFC Noche is gonna be in Guadalajara this year. He wanted to win because he won. He was asking for that fight. Whoever won to fight
Okay.
in September, Mexican Independence Day in Guadalajara.
All right.
So, damn, that'd be crazy. Because he's one of the biggest, as far as like personalities or like poster boy for like Mexico market
Okay. Yep.
at 145. So it makes sense like if they wanna do a fight. But he looked pretty good in that fight against Pitbull. I mean, Pitbull is a two-weight class champion of Bellator as well. He's telling him, man, you come in here, you're going against big boys. You see the UFC, this is no Bellator. But so show some respect. He's been here, I think, 10 years now, in the UFC, Ari Rodriguez. So like, dude, I've been here putting my time in. This is not just going to come here, just come kick my ass, my own ass. But he looked pretty good in that fight. But the next one, we're going to the co-main event, Patty Pimblett versus Conor McGregor's ex-girlfriend, Michael Chandler. Dude, he left him on red. Feel bad for the guy.
That is crazy. I mean, I didn't expect that. Just pieced apart. So it does seem like there's a pretty common pattern with Chandler and finding ways to rest or finding alternative methods to try to win. That was an interesting one. What did you think about that?
Which one?
The nut kick.
Oh, yeah. He looked like he was gassing now. He was trying to take a break. And he made it look like he was like, no, dude, that's blatant. And you can tell that he was blatant because of his body reaction whenever the referee told him to stop. Like, yeah, you can tell that he was looking for a way out for it.
Crazy. Because he's the one who's done like fish hooks on people before on, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just to be at that level and like try to be at the top and try those moves but still lose, that's a bad look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think about mentally? Because you try to throw somebody off mentally in the match, but like if they prepare, because Patty was like used to like, dude, I'm fucking used to this guy doing shit like that, doing cheap shot and things like that, just to find a way out.
Yeah.
But also it's a good thing though because you can tell whenever he's asking for a way out, because like just give
Yes.
up.
That's true. Yeah. It does seem like there's some people that like there's no getting it out of them. They will always try that, you know, when it starts going really bad, they're just going to try for that underhanded stuff. And I don't know. It just, it happened a couple times. I always kind of question like, okay, maybe it was a fluke. Maybe he didn't mean to do that, but it's like, it's a regular occurrence now. And I don't know. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, he blew like a blood into what's his name, Poirier's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever he had a
Mm-hmm.
busted nose.
Yeah.
I think he's did anything like that against Oliveira though. I don't think Oliveira gave him a chance.
I was going to say, I don't think Oliveira gave him the chance.
He's like just cracked on. But what does it say? Well, also Patty Pimblett got a Performance of the Night award bonus
Oh, did he? Yep.
for finishing Michael Chandler. But where do you see Michael Chandler going from here?
Not far.
Yeah.
I feel like I genuinely think he's going to be the guy that gets thrown at all the up and coming guys now. You know what I mean? I feel like he's decent, but he's not great, and so he's a good like in for new people. I think.
Do you think
I don't see him.
do you think
What's
he
that?
deserves to be in the main card again? Because he has been in main card, main event, co-main event recently. A lot of matches. Do you think he deserves? It's actually pay-per-views too. Or do you think he should just go with Fight Night?
Personally, no. Yeah, personally, no. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he got on Dana's good side somehow, and that's how he's done that. I don't really think so.
Do you think
I
also
don't
that's the
really
reason
look
why he has?
forward to watching him.
Yeah. Do you think that's the reason why he asked for high level other like competitors so he'd be able to stay in the main card or in the pay per view
That
instead of
makes sense.
going to fight night?
Hmm. That makes sense. I mean, like I said, he's good. Obviously, I mean he's top tier, but I don't know. He's just not a guy I look forward to seeing, and not a guy I really expect to beat like the standouts. You know,
Yeah. Because how old is he now? He's up there.
he is up there.
He lives in Tennessee, but he trains in Florida.
38 years.
Yeah, yeah. At 155.
Yeah. No, he can't. I wonder how long he's got on the contract, or how
I'm
many
not
fights.
sure because if he, I think he when he came to UFC, I think he only had lost to Patricia Pitbull. He had a couple of wars with Eddie Alvarez when he was in Bellator, but he like that's why he got that contract, which I'm not sure what he got as far as like because he had been getting a lot of crazy good main cards like matches. Yeah, I think his second or third fight was in a title fight. It was the first Oliveira fight was a title because he beat Dan Hooker in when he came to UFC in 2021. Then he got the title in 2021 against Oliveira. Then he fought Gaethje as a title contender elimination. He lost against Gaethje. Then 2022 knocked out Ferguson, the second win in the organization. They lost against Poirier. Waited for McGregor for 23. In 24, got canceled the McGregor fight, and then went against Oliveira again. Lost against Oliveira, and then lost against Pitbull. There's like what two out of the last six fights that he been in, and that's what. And also, it's not so much lose. There's some fights that you lose like close decisions, like those are okay because like well you got it, but he got finished by Patty Pimblett. He got ragdolled by Oliveira. And then like
Twice,
he got
right? Same
KO.
move.
What's that?
Twice, right? Same move, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Against Oliveira.
yeah. He got it in the bag. And he just I think he jacked his knee. But same move.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So how much improvement does it show?
Right. No, it's yeah,
He got 38 years old. How much better you gonna get?
yeah. Probably done getting better.
Yeah, does I don't know where he's going from there, but Patty the Pimblin, he Patty the Batty. In the post fight, he asked for Oliveira or Gaethje. He wants next. How crazy is that?
That would be. That would be.
That's a tall order.
It is. I don't know. Maybe Gaethje. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they are about that life. Those like
Oh yeah.
155 up there,
Yeah.
they're about that life. Like those in Poirier, Gaethje, Oliveira, they're like Patty Pimblin, like 1 foot in, one out. Like he was the party and stuff. Like he said, he's now better. He has, I think he had a set of twins. And he has changed his life now. He's more dedicated to fighting. But dude, like Oliveira comes from like the underground favelas. Gaethje comes from a warrior. Poirier comes from Louisiana, just about fighting spirit. They're not doing it for a fundraiser or for like a paycheck. They're just
Right.
for violence.
Right. That's the thing. I feel like Patty's more well rounded than Gaethje is, but Gaethje's been able to shut down some strikers. So,
Yeah,
and Oliveira, to be honest, I don't think that would end well at all for Patty. I think
Oliveira's
Oliveira has an answer in about every area for him.
and he has a good sense of distance. Oliveira,
That's true. Yeah.
he hits you at the end of his punch. So it's hard to keep your distance or your range when somebody hits you like that. When you're trying to measure your distance, he's tagging you.
But I mean, Patty's fun to watch, and I'd love to watch any of those matches.
Yeah. Who will be willing to fight overseas against him? That's a question.
Overseas?
You know, that would be an interesting one because Max Holloway is now 155. What if Max Holloway goes against Patty?
What if I don't know if that goes well for him either. I mean,
Yeah.
golly, Max
Because Max
Holloway
Holloway,
is
see what he did
no
to
joke.
Gaethje?
Huh?
See what Max Holloway did to Gaethje?
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to Dan Hooker. Yeah. You get to Dustin Poirier, and I feel like you're talking some good dudes from there on up. I mean, obviously Dan Hooker's no joke, but I don't know. I feel like Justin, Max, Justin, Charles, Armin, I mean, those guys are good.
Yeah. I mean, Arman got in a sunk in like deep guillotine against Oliveira. He was able to get out of it.
He's just got that crazy look in his eye too.
Yeah. In the ball haircut.
Yeah.
They asking about Moicano because Moicano was talking shit about him. Patty Pimblett, that's what they call him. Moicano calls Patty Pimblett. So what do you think when you go fight Moicano? Like, no, he's behind me. I don't have anything. I'm looking for a title now. Fine, I don't want to have anything to do with Moicano. Patty Pimblett, well, yeah, but also Moicano just fought for the title too.
What's that?
He fought for
Moicano
the
did?
title, Moicano.
Yeah.
It's before Arman. Also, that's Pimblett. Who you gonna fight next? Who you fight for the title? We fight Makachev. It's like I don't know if Makachev will be there by the time he gets there because Makachev might be going up to 170. You have to go and leave the title. They have Arman, and then he leaves like I mean he has been holding the division hostage. Makachev. He beat Oliveira, beat Gaethje, beat Arman once, beat Poirier. I mean he has the weight class. But once he leaves, he's gonna be up like cutting the head off the snake. Who's gonna come on top?
I feel like Armin could take it. You know, I feel like he's a pretty good number one.
Yeah. I want to see the rematch against him and Oliveira. That'd be a good one. The next one is main event, Volkanovski. And the fight, he was like, he was able to like keep the pace, keep a distance against Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez is not known for a volume puncher, especially for 3 rounds, let alone 5 rounds against a veteran that's been doing for 5 rounds for a while. So he's able to catch Lopez on the outside. The only mistake that Volk did during the fight was he was leaning back when he got caught with a straight. He got dropped. So no, that's when you throw, you punch, and you lean back. If you do your back leg instead of stepping back, he leaned back. He got caught and dropped. But after that, he adjusted. Don't go straight back out, head up, come out at angles. He was able to adjust that in say striking. He was trying to get some body locks, do some like short striking against Diego Lopez when he was able to close in the distance. So that's able to score against him during the fight. But I want to. That's gonna be interesting how he will do against Jair Rodriguez, somebody that has a good sense of distance striking. Volkanovski, because it's Taekwondo background too. I think Volkanovski will be able to do the grappling better because he struggles in the grappling part. Jair Rodriguez, and also he has Craig Jones as his coach for grappling. Remember, according to like the he had 100 according to stats, 158 out of 259 thrown in the main event, 61% accuracy. And Lopez had 63 landed, 32%. As you see, well, actually, Ganaski was more active. And he had one attempt, like one takedown out of 11 to staying busy on Lopez. And Lopez also didn't, he's getting hit a lot because he doesn't move his head. He doesn't change level either.
That's a dangerous combo, really.
Yeah. You can be fighting like Frankenstein, expect to win. But it'll be interesting to fight how Volkanovski, he'll be what, 37 then, fighting against Rodriguez. Rodriguez is being in the game for a while, but hopefully, but he's with Bilal Muhammad as far as like grappling. Hopefully, he'll get better with them. Oh, it's Volkanovski he go against, and he's also the what's his name? Jay Rodriguez was like Volkanovski won't have a problem traveling going to Mexico because he's fought everywhere. So it'd be a good fight for the Mexico card.
He's fun to watch. Yeah.
I think he doesn't have anything against Volkanovski. He said both of the Volkanovski parents and his parents that were talking to each other after he lost against Volkanovski. He just wants to run it back and beat him.
Funny the parents are talking after.
Yeah, like after like a soccer game.
Yeah, exactly. I just watched my kid beat the shit out of your kid.
Yeah, like you can beat the shit out of your kid. Oh man, that'd be a fun. To see how he had improved because yeah, Jay Rodriguez he was doing some crazy training because he was training at Mexico high altitude. He would do some orthodox, kind of like Tony Ferguson training. He do a lot of Taekwondo training, but also like isolation. Like I can't remember how in detail how it was, but it was like training that he was just to get his conditioning going for fighting. But everybody gets the condition to a certain extent where most of your technique is better than somebody else's the conditioning, you're probably gonna win the match because it's not an endurance sport; it's a technique sport.
True. Yeah. Well, and I mean, really, if your technique is good, you don't have to expend the energy.
Yeah. For example, you use your technique on, like for example, you go into your attacks. That's like your endurance that you want to get your endurance from, not from just doing jumping jacks. You can have the endurance to do jumping jacks for 24 hours all you want to. But you don't have to escape out of armbar or triangle. You're stuck.
Yeah. Yeah. That's valid.
There's different kind of conditioning, but it'd be interesting because he has different coaches now. He has nutritionists. He doesn't have problem making weight. Speaking of making weight at this weight class, the former champion in Topuria, did you hear how much he was cutting to make 145? It's around 187. He said around 187. He had to cut down to 145. Yeah.
He's a big dude.
Yeah. That's a lot of weight.
That's gotta be. That's very comparable to like what Pereira cuts.
Yeah. But you have to think about it, is smaller body.
Yeah.
The
Right.
smaller you are, the
Less
high
weight to
percentage
lose.
of your body weight it'll be.
It's insane.
42 pounds. Yeah, that's what he said. He was able to do. He's going to 155. He wasn't be able to fight. I mean, Conor, he had a hard time making 145. I think he like 165. He walks around. So 187, dude. 42 pounds. Crazy. But let's see how he will do at 155 in the Topuria. I also see in the announcement that night they announced that Amanda Nunes, she's going to the Hall of Fame. Do you consider her as the GOAT?
Possibly, yeah.
You can think about her resume, who she fought. She knocked out Holly Holmes, beat Misha Tate, beat Ronda Rousey, and the boogeyman of the women's division of any weight class, Cyborg. She knocked her out too.
She was at the top for a long time, wasn't she?
Who?
Amanda Nunes.
Oh yeah, she's a double champ. I think she beat Jermaine Durandame, the 145. Holly Holm 145. She beat Valentina Shevchenko, number 2, considered as the GOAT. 135.
Yeah.
She made Valentina Shevchenko drop down to 125.
3-5-0. Yeah. No, that was. How long has she been retired?
I don't know, because speaking of that, she was thinking about coming out of retirement, fighting the winner of Juliana Pena versus Kayla Harrison.
Really?
Yeah, because if she does come back, it will be a trilogy versus Juliana Pena, because they never fought each other for a third time.
Interesting. Okay.
When did she retire? She retired 2020.
Not super long ago. I always do kind of. The head part about that sort of thing coming out of retirement is you're coming out of retirement to fight some of the top. You know, it's like you probably haven't been going as hard, and now you're coming out and trying to fight the best of the class or the best of the bracket. Like, that's a tall order.
Yeah. Also, another thing is, Kayla Harrison was a former teammate, American Top Team. That's making it
Know
interesting
that.
as well.
Her versus Kayla Harrison would be a really interesting match, though.
Yeah, because I think she doesn't train out of American Top Team anymore, if I'm not mistaken. But Kayla Harrison still fights out of there. Mike Brown as the coach.
Okay. Yep. Be interesting to see if that happens. I'm usually not a huge fan of people coming out of retirement, to be honest. I feel like you retire, you should just, that's what you should do. But it would be an interesting fight.
Yeah, especially for a sport like this, it's hard. Like, you probably should stay
Exactly, yeah. To each
Don't
their
it-
own. I feel like I feel like in this sport, maybe more than others, I'm not sure, it's harder to stop. You know what I mean? It seems like people get that itch for a while afterwards.
Yeah, it seems that way. Because like they always want to come back for another fight. And then if they lose, they want to come back till they get another win. Like, dude, my win might not come. And it's lifestyle of getting prepared for the next fight, but there's more to it than this, because that sport is brutal. Because another like grappling or something like that, because it's a young sport as well.
Right. That's true.
The only guy that I was like looking forward to coming out of retirement was George St. Pierre, because I know he takes things serious. He like is this different type of guy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's next level. I mean, he still does a lot being out for so long. I mean, he's not nearly as big as he used to be, but he works out constantly. Looks like he trains constantly.
And he trains with high level people as well. I don't know if Amanda should come back out of retirement, because I mean, enjoy your life with your kid and your wife.
Yeah, for real, yeah.
But man, coming back out of retirement, I mean, she have how many she have? Fighter of the year, a couple times knockout of the year, upset of the year when she beat Chris Cyborg in 2018. I mean, what else do you have to win? What do you have to
Right.
prove?
Right. Yeah. No, she's proven it.
Is it for the money or for what? Because that's the only thing that'll bring you back because you already proved everything. And you want to get somebody that you already beat or somebody that was your teammate.
Yeah. Although, like, I don't know, I feel like proving things to yourself is sometimes, harder to do. Maybe she wants to come back and prove to herself that she still got it. I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
I could
Also,
I
the
could
same
see
thing.
feeling like that.
Yeah, also the same thing applies to Volkanovski this weekend because remember he's coming off losses, two knockouts, and he came back and he won this fight, won this championship. Because that's what he said at the end of the fight. He's like, "Adversity is a privilege," because he wanted to do well. He put himself. Also, the thing that was interesting was going to the fight. He was talking about. He told his girls that he was going to bring the title back home to them, but then he was like, well, "No, I'm not doing that. Just go in there and do my best. That's what I'm going to do. It's not about the title. It's about showing up, rising up to a challenge, and facing adversity. And like take so much pressure sometimes when you do things like that. Instead of putting like the carriage for the horse, you think every time like, oh yeah, I'm going to win the lottery with this ticket. Like no, I'm bringing the money to my house. Like no, man, you have to put the time and like think about your task at hand too. Because don't put it in front of it because you're gonna jinx yourself. Superstitious it might seem.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like it's a really good mentality to have for continuing to develop. You know what I mean? Like somebody who's got that kind of attitude is going to keep learning and keep getting better versus somebody who's just in it for the prize. Yeah, their head's in the wrong place. They won't put as much in as somebody who's like trying to overcome adversity.
Yeah, and he seems like he approached this match as a martial artist because he said he took some time off. And eventually he came back to the gym, he working technically, and went back with his coaches, breaking things down, things what he did wrong. And he looked like he's really open minded as well. Whenever he like is out there, because I mean when he got caught in the second round, he's like, what was that? What did it hit me? What did it hit me with? Just asking the coach what happened. So he would like to know what to work on.
Yeah, that is impressive to be at that level, to fight those kind of people and still have the learning mentality is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's good to be have an open mentality. Well, like, I have other guys that know everything. Like the like I don't know if you remember one one guy that comes to mind is I start over him. He seems that was the one of those kind of guys seems a little bit arrogant because he was always change gyms for the same reason because he knew what to do. Coaches won't able to work with him because he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
That may be the reason why he was never a UFC champion. He won every other title. He never won the UFC title.
really.
The only title that he didn't win because he won Strike Force, he won K1, he won Dream title, but he never won the UFC title.
I never knew that.
He was training with John Jones too, Greg Jackson's. He was Black Zillions. He was different teams.
How many did he get? How many title shots did he get?
I want to say he only got one when he was in the UFC. I mean, he beat Brock Lesnar. He popped for something steroids. I can't remember. Performance enhancement. Then after that, he lost twice. He went against Stipe Miocic in 2016. Never mind, I forgot he went against Ngannou. No, that was a title eliminator. So he against Miocic in 2016. That's the only time he got a title shot. Because he lost against Antonio Silva. He was really arrogant in that one. His shin was gone. And Antonio Silva, because he wasn't, Antonio Silva didn't have that many fights coming up. Antonio Silva knocked him out. Then against Travis Brown, he got knocked out. They beat Frank Mir, a decision. Lost against Ben Rothwell's heavy hitter punch. Then he won a 4-5 winning streak after that. He beat Steven Struve, Roy Nelson, Junior Dos Santos, and Jarmowski. I think that's what he was with Greg Jackson at the time. Arlovsky was like a teammate at one point for some reason. But he beat Arlovsky, and then he got the title. But it's a lot of KO in his record,
Yeah,
as you can tell.
47 and 19. That's quite a record.
Yeah, and a lot of those are knockouts too.
7 matches, 25 by knockout, 17 by sub. That is pretty impressive, though. That's quite well rounded to have both subs and knockouts that high.
For some reason, I want to say he was a ADCC European champion back in the day.
I don't know. It seems like a lot of times you don't see that out of those big guys, but
yeah, I remember he had a nasty armbar back in the day because he was smaller. So he like man, he like a lot of I've heard like teammates say he's a little bit arrogant the way he will handle himself.
I mean, yeah, I feel like you're right. If he's switching gyms a lot, that probably seems like it could be why.
Yeah. Do you see the scar that he has on his face? The scar, right? You didn't know how he got it? Somebody broke a bottle on his face when he was in the Netherlands. He was younger.
Really?
That's how he got the scar.
Dang, yeah. But he's got some stories about that.
He reminded me of a Street Fighter character.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the character. He's like a Muay Thai guy. Sagat. That's his name. The character.
Oh?
Not AT.
Sagat.
He's from the Netherlands as well. This is the guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he reminded me of.
I can see that. Yeah, it looks right.
The right scar. Yeah, man. That's not another thing. Do you see do they have they announced Marab versus Sean Miley for a rematch? I'm not sure. Because seeing what's his name was posting about his morning routine for getting ready for Sean O'Malley. Marab Belashvili. Check it out. Climbing trees. He's
This
nuts,
guy.
man.
He is. He's crazy.
He looks like a wild garden gnome. Dude, he remember the video that he posted of him jumping into a frozen lake and crack his
Yes.
head open?
Yes. Yeah. No, he seems like the kind of guy that you gotta like keep from hurting himself and then like let him go on certain people.
Yeah. Because even with the crowd, when people was like yelling at him, he just jump into the crowd, like trying to get people. Like, dude, calm down, man. He can get wild. That's gonna be a good one, a rematch. See how it's gonna go because he puts a pace on everybody. Yeah, I wonder how he's gonna look the next fight against him. Sean O'Malley versus see how Sean O'Malley adjusts.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I don't know. It honestly it could be a completely different match. Kind of expect that because they're both very capable.
Yeah, because I don't know, Marab is older now. I don't know how much older he is as a champion, but it'd be interesting what kind of judgment because also he was coming with a labrum injury. Sean O'Malley for the fight. Marab is 34 right now. But Sean O'Malley, we'll see how his distance is gonna be timing because he's like really fast too. So we will see. And also Marab, he moves so much, so it's hard to hit him. He doesn't stop moving. You get tired trying to hit him, but he doesn't get tired.
That is makes you so much harder to beat. You can move like that and just not get tired. Yeah, I mean, we
It's a
said it's not an
superpower.
endurance game, but you can almost turn it into one. You know.
Yeah, the machine. Yeah. Have anything else for today? Okay. You wanna close us in?
Thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed the cast. Give us a watch or a listen on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, iTunes. Really appreciate you guys giving us a listen. Follow us on Instagram, and hope you guys have a great evening, I guess.
Yeah, whatever time zone you may be.
Yeah, whatever time you have to be listening.
Thank you. Until next time. Peace.